going to introduce our first speaker. And so I'd like to introduce Nicole Harper. Nicole is a licensed marriage and family therapist who has been working with the community mental health providers since 2011. In 2018, she joined Sacramento County Substance Use Prevention and Treatment Unit and is currently the supervisor of the Adult System of Care. So let's welcome Nicole, who's going to give a Sacramento County Health opioid data update and overview.
Thank you for having me today. We have a lot of exciting things happening with SUPT unit. April is Alcohol Awareness Month. We have a Alcohol Awareness Month toolkit, which has a social media content involving alcohol and opioids. I'll send out all the different websites in the chat. April 30th is National Drug Take Back Day. So save the date. We have our Spring RX Drug Take Back Day will take place on Saturday, April 30th. And we also encourage everybody to take the following steps. Lock up any type of medications, keep them out of sight, keep them in a safe and secure place. Monitor your medications and take only as directed. Monitor any remaining doses. And again, don't share medications with others. Take back or drop off any unused or expired medications to the designated collection sites, which again, I will put in the chat. And I'll put the poster in the chat as well. We have updated coroner data. So in 2020, 1,960 deaths were reported, and out of those deaths, 88 were fentanyl-involved deaths, while 198 were meth-involved deaths. In 2021, the fentanyl deaths increased to 116 deaths. So in 2021, we had a total of 2,171 deaths. And again, the fentanyl-involved deaths were 116 people, while meth was still leading at 196 related deaths. And the start of 2022, so between January 1st and April 11th of 2022, we had 578 deaths, 25 of which were fentanyl-involved deaths and 35 were meth-involved deaths. That is our updated data from them. Our meth coalition is May 12th. We are also continuing our fentanyl initiative with the DA's office, and we are working on getting Narcan in schools, as well as the Song for Charlie curriculum in schools. We are planning to do another town hall meeting, possibly at the end of May. And if you're interested in ordering naloxone, you can go to the Naloxone Distribution Project website on DHCS. Again, I'll add the website in the chat. And May is also National Drug Court Month. We also have a new fentanyl flyer from Alcohol and Drug Advisory Board Prevention Subcommittee, which again, I'll add in the chat. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any questions or comments for Nicole? You can either type them in the chat, raise your hand. Nicole, actually, I do have a question for myself. Do you know about how much is collected at these take back days? I know it's like some extraordinary number.
I don't have that number in front of me, sorry.
Yeah, okay, that's right. 'Cause I know it's usually like millions of tons of medication, so it is a very, very well utilized service. And so, you know, we encourage people to spread the word and have them, you know, look on the county website and also at the DEA website. They could find centers that you can drop off unused or expired medications. And then there's also local pharmacies that have bins that you can drop off unused or expired medications as well. And then in the chat, they're asking that if you could add the link to the Meth Coalition in the chat as well. Okay, awesome. And then we have a question. Are there any age-specific trends for the meth deaths versus the fentanyl deaths?
There are, let me get that really quick.
I have a question to Sherry. Hi, Sherry. What do they do with all those meds? They're being destroyed? They're being pulverized?
So
On the take home.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I know they have a procedure for disposing of them properly. I don't know quite what that is. I know they work with medical facilities. That's why not just anybody can be a host site to collecting them. It's, you know, they collect them under pretty regulated conditions. And then, yeah, I don't know if anybody else out there in the medical community knows. Oh, looks like
Nate.
Hi there. Nate Pelzer from the California Product Stewardship Council. So we have a campaign called Don't Rush to Flush, and it typically involves the placement of a med bin, a safe disposal med bin. And the pharmaceuticals that are collected in those med bins are taken to an incinerator facility. That's the most ecologically sound way to dispose of those. That way they don't get into the water system, the water stream. They don't leak through any kind of dump or storage facility. So that most commonly is the way that they're disposed of, and disposed of in the most, again, ecologically sensitive way.
Okay, thank you, Nate.
And I have the age-related stats in front of me. So the most in 2021, the most deaths occurred at those who were 21 years old. So we had 7 deaths in 2021. The second leading age would be 31 years old. At 6, tying with 33 years old at 6 deaths. The next one would be 35 years old at 5 deaths, and that is also the same as 39 and 40 years old. And then it decreases with age. But between 21 and 41, there is a pretty significant average of about 4 deaths per year on average between that age.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for Nicole? Okay. All right, well, thank you very much, Nicole, for your presentation and that information. And now we'll move on.